Alright, today I wanted to work on Have You Ever Seen the Rain by CCR. Great song. It starts off basically in an A minor, then goes to an F. Then we got to go from an F up to a C, and then from a C to a G. I do have a chart on this too. I'll hold it up and we'll run through it after we go through the song. You can take a screenshot of it, and then you have a nice map of the song on a chart. You just basically follow it from here all the way down. Nice and simple. We start off on this A minor, but we get a lot of muting in it. To make it simple, we could think of the strum as with no mutes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now fast would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so basically it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But on 2 and 4, we're hitting a little harder. And that would be the strum per each chord that you see on the chart. Each one of these, we get one of these strums. And to start the song off, we would start off on this A minor going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I find people have a hard time with the F chord, so if you look really closely at my fingers for F, and yes, it's going to take a bit of work regardless of what I show you, because you have to try to develop this positioning with your hand. You can see that finger 3 is lying right on its side almost, not perfectly on its tip. So is finger 2, and the other thing you can see is that my fingernail's almost touching string 5 so that it clears the string below it. Same with finger 2 and these two. And you can see that my hand is kind of more pivoted into the body of the guitar instead of back this way. So make sure your hand's more this way and not hugging the back of the neck like this, keeping it open so we could get a pen or a pencil between here and more like that. And yeah, it's not easy. You got to work for that chord for sure, but a good way to get out of having to deal with that, I mean, you should still learn this for sure, but you could just play the F like this and mute the bottom string out. Let finger 1 touch it lightly. Just have some fun with the song, right? And then all we got to do, get from A minor, then we just go like this to get to F, so you can practice just those finger movements for now. In the meantime, when you get some time, just sit down once in a while for like 5 minutes and try to get an F chord sounding good. Again, this way we got lots of room still between our hand there. We don't always want to have our wrist up like this, but for these kind of chords, to get the pressure, but G's, we make sure that our wrist is back here more, and we still have lots of room between our hand and the neck, and we're not doing this stuff to try to get G chords and things of that nature. So coming off on the song, we'd be like A minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and... Now if I was to play, that was the intro. If I was to play that fast at the speed of the song with the mutes, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to the C, doing the mutes. The hard part about the mutes is you got to kind of get 1 and 2. So you're literally taking your fingers off, 1 and 2, and trying to keep the tip still on the string, so when you bring your wrist back, you can kind of get this sort of motion. So really all I'm doing is pressing, releasing my fingers, and at the same time I'm bringing my hand around like that. So we get this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... Same with the C. You get that 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and G. What I do for G's is just kind of release the pressure of my fingers. What I find hard teaching students is to be able to release your knuckles there by being really calm and relaxed with your fingers and just kind of make them lie on the strings staying on their notes, so all you have to do is that to get back to it. And then you get this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and. So that's a way of getting through the mutes. And going through the verse, basically it's 4 C's doing that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's once. It's my second C. 4 and third, 2 and 3 and 4 and my 4th C. And 3 and 4 and G and 2 and 3 and 4 and G and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 and 3 and 4 and G. And then we follow that all the way through. So that was basically the intro and the verse coming down with the mutes. Again, if you're finding the mutes hard and you can't get through, you still have to work at it, then don't do the mutes and just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And remember, on 2 and 4 we're strumming just a little bit harder. So we don't want to start strumming really hard, then we got no room to build our volume up. We want to start quiet enough that there's some room with our pick to bring up the volume. So, you know, something like 1 and 2. Alright, sorry, I muted there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And it still sounds like the song if you were to play it fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, right? So that's the verse. The chorus can be pretty tricky as well because we got this F again. Again, we could play the easy F where we're taking finger 1 and trying to mute out the bottom string here like that. These are my charts here that I work on and try to get you guys a chart to read through. So yeah, basically getting from this F, we could use the easy F until you figure out how to get this barred F. So that's again where I got my hand really pushing on the back hard. You can see that finger 3's leaning, it's almost tilted. Finger 2's almost straight but not quite, still tilted, and this guy's right on the flat of the finger. So something like that. That works great. So on the chorus we got 1 and 2 and 3. I'll use the easy F. We got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now you could use the G chord, but basically what they're doing is they're doing this walk down where we take from a C chord, bring finger 2 up to this, what I call B over C, because this is a B note, and I'm still going to call that a C chord. And then we get to an A minor, and then we got to get this pinky up there for G. If you're having a hard time getting your pinky up there, just realize that my wrist is way out to get, there's no way I could get my pinky up there like this. I have to keep my wrist like this and slowly build that. If you find that still hard, some stretching exercises is like take finger 1 and 4 and try to walk it down the fretboard like this and slowly build. You might want to have to start on 3 and 5 first, and then you slowly walk down fret 3, and then you take your pinky to fret 5 and down again, and then always keep a finger on so you're actually stretching. And then when you can get that good, try to go 1 more fret, but don't do too much that's hard and straining your wrist. And that'll help you get up to there. And remember, when I'm trying to reach to here, my wrist is more this way. So if my wrist is this way, my pinky's way down here, I can't get to the top. But if I pivot back in this way, I can get to the top. But don't bring your wrist back. Make sure your wrist stays out. So the chorus is 1 and, I'll use the easy F, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's how you can get these mutes on the G. 1 and 2. You got to release the pressure on these two and get these knuckles to release. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 4 and 1 and then we come to the walk down. So the whole chorus would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's basically the whole idea of the song, starting from the intro, coming down, and here's your map for it. And there's the strum, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and intro. Follow the verse all the way down. Chorus. These are split bars here, where we get this on the C, 1 and 2 and then B over C, 3 and 4 and then A minor, 1 and 2 and then G over A minor, 3 and 4 and back to the F, G, and then the 2 C's. Go back to the verse, come down, play the chorus, repeat the chorus, and that's it. It ends on the C at the end. So I'll hold that really close so you guys can take a shot of it. There you go. And follow that through with the tutorial, and I'll do a play along on the next video. So once you get everything going with it, you can come back to my channel and try to play along to the song. I hope that really helps everybody. I know mutes can be very hard. Trying to mute out a C chord's tough too. I'm releasing my knuckles like this, and so that it covers, my fingers cover on the rest of the strings, but I'm not pushing. So that's the hard part. You might want to try things like that. And then same with the F. And notice on the F chord, like I did say earlier, you can see that my finger nail is almost touching 5 and this fingernail is almost touching string 4. So we clear these strings that are below these tips, and they are on an angle. And to get this advanced F would be, and you just lift off the pressure when you want to mute. 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the C. The split bars on the chorus is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I'd probably just do that if you're just starting out. Forget the mutes on that change, where it's 1 and 2 and 3. Just bring finger 2 up. Keep this guy close by for A, and then getting used to this stretchy thing for the A, G over A minor. So 1 and 2 and